So I'm back with High Roller Hayze. I had to go get me some refreshments so I can get a little.
Dr. Pepper, the drink of champions.
I can't say what's in some of the school. Alright, so you're in a tag team called Team 6. You were in a tag or you had to change your name to Dynasty of Perfection. Give me the reasons of how you came up with Team 6, why you changed your name, and why you changed back. There's a long question for you.
All right, well, first off, I started off with a group called High Rollers Incorporated, which I created, which was myself and the legend Mr. B. 2 years together. Ran up and down the roads of Texas, had a lot of fun together. Came a point where I was sick of the business and didn't want to be here anymore. And didn't want to be a wrestler and a performer because the fans didn't care. I decided I was going to retire and just become management to my company like I should have been. Guys were trying to run over me, run over my wife, Amber. Yes, I said it. I'm married. I'll say it on camera. I have no shame in that. She's freaking beautiful. And if you don't like it, you can fucking suck on these nuts. And she's got big titties. We were sitting at a bar one night. Myself and Rock Hardway, who is legitimately my brother. I don't know if, well, not blood, but should have been. I consider him my brother. Me, him, my wife, and his wife were all sitting at a bar one night in Huntsville called the Jolly Fox.
Sounds like a titty bar.
Yeah, should have been that night. We had a bunch of college girls coming up and rubbing all up on all four of us, trying to get us all to go home together with them. We went and took a shot, and it's the Team Sex shot. It's called a Mach 5, and it will knock your dick in the dirt, I promise. Ask Viper, my former XWO heavyweight champion. He fell over after half of one. And Rock made the comment that he smelled sex in the air for the night. And I sat there. Of course, in February I retired, February 20th of 2008. Also an anniversary of me being in the business. I felt that it was time. This was probably February, March. This was probably in April. I was getting over good as management as a face at my company. Coming out and changing rules and screwing people out of belts and having fun. And he made the comment, there's a lot of sex in the air tonight. And we took our shot, sat back down at the table, and I looked at him with that shitty grin that I have. And I said, man, you just come up with a gold mine, brother. What do you mean? I said, dude, fucking Team Sex. Team Sex. He goes, do you got somebody to come up with a logo and some gear? I said, yeah. I said, hang on. I got on my phone and texted a buddy of mine, and he sent me that exact logo in the red and black. And
I'm the only one that's ever ordered one of these shirts.
Yes, you are, son guy. Y'all need the new shit too, though.
That's coming.
Good. And I went to Oz out of Houston to get our gear. We got some long black pleather pants with sex in white down the side with some badass lettering. Alexa Madison was our little valet at the time.
I remember that.
She had a little skirt that said "Sex This" across her little ass. And that's how Team Sex got started. I mean,
so why the change to the Dynasty of Perfection? A lot of people want to know why you changed yourself to dope or from sex to dope.
The Dynasty of Perfection change was not our choice. I had a sponsor at the time for XWO Reborn that was at a show. And it was actually the Walker County Boys and Girls Club. They sold a lot of tickets for us for our Coliseum shows. And the lady, Wanda, I think was her name, come up to me after the show in January that year. This was last year. In January, came up to me and said, look, we can't be a part of your company anymore if you don't change your name. It's sexually offensive towards kids, so on and so forth. And I couldn't afford to lose their sponsorship at the time because they were the big sponsor on our shows. And they sold 75 to 80% of our tickets for us. So we changed our name to Dynasty of Perfection. And you guys, as well as anybody, because y'all travel everywhere with us, know that it wasn't the same. Me and Rock didn't click as well as we used to.
Well, you won't go from sex to dope, you don't.
Exactly. I mean, we weren't on top of our game. We let a lot of easy victories go to waste. Let a lot of talent go to waste. We couldn't do anything. We didn't feel right. And when we went to ACW as a group in February of last year, I think we ran 2 months as Dynasty of Perfection.
Yeah.
January and February of 2010.
I finished all the expense that those couple of months.
And you guys gave us hell, and I hated it every time we come down. It sucked. Every time we came down out of the curtain, you could see that you guys were disappointed in us. Some of the other fans were disappointed in us. Darren asked me. I sent Darren a text message, and just as I hit send, I received one from Darren, the owner of ACW. And he said, "Look, guys, sorry about that. The Dynasty of Perfection thing just isn't getting over in ACW. We really need you guys to go back to Team Sex." It's funny because the text message that I had just sent said, "Hey, on the show for next month, bill us as Team Sex. We're sick of doing the Dynasty of Perfection thing." 2 days later, I got a phone call from the Walker County Boys and Girls Club, and they were officially backing out as a sponsor, which was fine. I wasn't going to run Team Sex in Huntsville anymore because we had other ideas as far as the tag division went for XWO. So I didn't really care. And that's the true story behind Dynasty of Perfection. It almost cost me my company. Without Boys and Girls Club of Walker County, XWO would have been nothing at that time. So that's why we changed our name.
So, you right now, Rock's on a hiatus. I'm not going to get into his personal life. Rock's on a hiatus.
As far as everybody knows, Rock's out with a knee injury, and that's the way it's going to stay. He's recovering well. I saw him Sunday. He's looking real good. He's in rehab for it. And
how did you meet Rock?
I met Rock his first day of wrestling school, believe it or not, in Humble, Texas at Texas All-Star Wrestling. He walked in. He was dressed like a preppy white boy. He worked at Valley Total Fitness at the time, right across the street from the Humble Bingo Hall. He walked in with his little duffel bag and thought he was Mr. Hot Shit. I was in the ring working out with Hot Stuff Hernandez, Sean Hernandez from TNA now. And I looked down and I said, "Kid, you look like a bitch. You need to keep your shit on, pick your bag up, and get the fuck out of my building." That's the honest to God's truth. He'll tell you the same fucking story. I could not stand him. I thought he was a preppy punk coming in trying to fucking get bitches and hoes and not respect his business. About 6 months into his training, he did a move in the ring in the training center, which we refer to as the Ed Salt, because Rock's real name is Ed. And he did a split-legged moonsault trying to show a kid how to do it. And the top rope snapped, and he landed on his head.
Ooh.
And he stood right back up, fixed the top rope, and fucking did it again. Showed a lot of balls and guts. So from that point on, I respected him. He ran with a good tag team called the Brooklyn Boys for a while. He was part of Double Trouble for a while. He left the immediate area and moved on to do bigger and better things for his family. And when he come back to town, he called me up. He said, "Hey, brother, I need a place to train. I heard you got a school." I gave him a shot, and he come out. And from that point on, we've been like brothers again. So
it's cool. Now, another brother of yours, people might know him as Slim Sexy. I'm gonna call him Travis here because he's already said so.
Right.
How did you meet Travis?
I met Travis pretty much the same fucking way. High Impact Wrestling, we did a show in the pavilion outside the Nestler Center one day for High Impact Wrestling in Texas City. And I had a Danny Davis ring at the time. It used to be the old Power Zone wrestling ring of Marty Jannetty's. And I had acquired it through Marty and Rick Guerin at the time. And they were selling pizza, Papa John's pizza, him and his buddies were at the time. And Jason made a comment after the show that he was going to announce that he was going to open a wrestling school. And I just kind of shook my head. They got up in the ring, and my exact words to Travis and his buddies was, I got places to go, and pussy waiting on me at home. Get the fuck out of my ring. You don't belong here.